especially ako, for me, as a non-tech founder, it helps me parang realize na, may ginato na pala, may ganyan na pala. Kasi wala siya sa day-to-day things na ginugoogle ko. So, at least yung algorithm, sometimes binabless niya ako na, uy, may ginato na, may ginato na. So, parang I get a glimpse of, okay, what's new? Okay, so welcome to Kaka Computer, where tech meets wit and wisdom. So for today's episode, we're gonna talk about tech and TikTok. So, can short form content build real tech careers? So what do you guys think, mga TikTokers? Yan.
I think in a way, yes, kasi it's your social media footprint. Like people can see, what you've done, what you've talked about, and I think it can really be an aspect to consider when hiring you. I think.
For me, in the long run, I think it's for my entertainment lang naman, by the way. I go for Code Coffee sa TikTok ko. And I think it's on already a year. Running na din. So far, it's good na nakapag-share ako ng knowledge when it comes to tech. And meron akong mga knowledge, siyempre, na hindi ko pa alam na from other senior devs na din na na-encounter ko along the way. And for already a year na din. Ayun. How about you?
To be honest, walang relativity sa tech yung TikTok ko. Kasi wala pa akong niche. So, iba-iba. But most of the time, kasi I do TikTok lives and then I do receive questions about shifting to tech. Kasi nga, from business and audit, napunta ako ng tech role. So, more on that perspective. Pero I think, depende sa klase ng content creator. Kasi there are EduTalk creators talaga na pwede kang matuto. But, in terms of real tech careers, depende kung paano mo i-build yung brand mo, yung self mo. So, case-to-case basis.
Yeah. So for me, as a business owner, importante ang marketing. So for me, it helps my tech career and my startup in general because you can have a good product, but if people don't know about it, they won't use it. So, awareness. So, for me naman, it creates a lot of opportunities. And recently, actually, kwento ko lang, I hired an intern.
Okay.
She applied, like, formal email. Tapos, during the interview, na-mention niya na nagte-TikTok rin siya. Tapos, tinok ko siya. Tapos, for some reason, parang natuwa ako. I heard her, nag-comment pa ako sa isang TikTok niya na, kasi parang kwento siya na parang, pinakita niya yung resume niya. Tapos sabi niya, face card naman. Tingnan niyo to. Bigyan niyo na ng internship. Tapos nag-reply ako. So for me, it's a fun way of putting yourself out there. Syempre, credentials and skill is important. But for me, may effect siya. And it can create a lot of opportunities.
Teka, follow-up question ko na lang din. Can you build credibility or you have to go on another alternate self to go out on another platform? Kumbaga, iba yung self mo sa work, iba rin yung magiging self mo kapag nagtitiktok ka. So, ayun yung tanong ko sa inyo. And sa akin kasi, alter ego ko yung TikTok ko. So, whatever na nakikita niyo sa TikTok ko, it's not real me sa work. It's not real me kapag nagpa-perform ako when it comes to professional setup. And how about you?
So, ano yung difference ng real you and your TikTok self?
Pag real you kasi, gaya na nabanggit ko kanina sa introduction, I think sa earlier, I'm an educator itself and I created a platform where there's no boundary for anyone to learn technology kasi sa school you are bounded by 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 2 hours. And then kapag may tanong ka, wala na. The end of the journey for you. So kung may approach ka man na professor or teacher, it's end of the line. It's either magsusungit sila or it's up to them kung sasagutin ka nila. So ako, I bridge a path between the education itself and the technology. Kumbaga, wala naman, feeling ko kasi walang extra mile na gumagawa. Kaya I bridge a path for them to approach a tech guy na nasa industry na. So, yun yung reason ko.
For me, very same lang din. Kasi I'm a fresh grad, right? Pero I've already done some stuff na not really normal for fresh grad, like kind of an anomaly. And people want to follow that path or like it isn't really tough. For example, one of my niches is teaching people how to make resumes kasi I've interviewed hundreds of people and I know that resume writing is not a skill people have. So I really go to TikTok and teach people kasi I want people to get their dream jobs. But for me, I really use TikTok as a way to teach people and, empower people to get their dream jobs.
How about you? Is your TikTok self very different from your real self?
Actually, it's kinda like a mix. Like, yung true self ko, nasa TikTok din naman siya. Pero, kumbaga, very limited yung pinapakita ko sa TikTok. And it's kinda, hindi ako ganun kapag nag-work. Like, I let TikTok see a part of me when I'm working. Pero like, iba yung as in kapag nakalaki na ako sa work or I'm really working on a project, I'm reviewing or whatsoever, ganyan. So, part of me is real in TikTok, but I still draw boundaries. Kasi ayoko nung, like, in the whole immersion ng life ko is in the out. Ganon. But hindi naman siya as in sobrang like someone who's faking it. Kasi parang similar to Jed and sorry, I forgot her name. Kay Randa. Jan. Sorry. Oh my God. Nagkamali pa sa name. Is that I also try to teach people, pero most likely on live streams. Kasi tinatry ko pang i-unlearn yung kapag nag-create ako ng video na ang dami kong dinadaldal kasi sobrang daldal kong tao. So I'm trying to unlearn that kasi for you to be able to like teach people in TikTok, it should be one, eye-catching and at the same time, very concise na siya. Ako sobrang daldal ko. So like, one topic leads to another. So, dire-diretso na siya. So, gano'n.
I think it boils down to the intention rin on why you are on TikTok. Is it to educate, entertain, or kunyari for me, it's also to market my services. So, I think it's a case-to-case basis. So, although yan sa akin, may konting personal life kahit may hindi mo maiwasan. As a Gen Z, TikTok comes naturally for some of us.
Right.
Yeah.
So, building on top of that, do you think personal branding is now a requirement or is it just a nice to have?
Personal branding. For me, yeah, you have to get the target audience nung TikTok mo eh. Kasi dun mag-start yung market. It will expand eventually and then once na may makita silang off-branding doon sa nakikita nila, kasi parang nagtataka sila, ano ba talaga yung branding mo? So, kung ikaw, wala kang sense of, I think, consistency rather, doon sa ginagawa mo. I think malilito lahat. Kung ano ba talaga yung ginagawa mo, sometimes you post something like this, you post something like that, and then nag-iiba-iba. Yung iba, parang maguguluhan, eventually, parang, ano ba to? Papalo ko ba to or hindi? So, yun yung mahalagang part ng personal branding. It's consistency din. So, what about you guys?
For me, it's not a requirement if you were talking about like personal branding in the way na, okay, active ka sa social media, you're building your own personal brand na legit brand. But looking at it in a business perspective, lahat tayo may branding. Lahat tayo may reputation, whether online or offline. So that's something that you really have to advocate selling. Ang pangat pakinggan, pero selling yourself, right? Yung skill mo, like, not only online, pero syempre when you go to networking events, when you meet clients, that's also part of personal branding. But I don't think it's a requirement, but it's more than a nice to have. Kasi, especially, yun nga, business perspective, marketing can be expensive. So, ang laki nung matitipid mo kung you're part of the product or you're part of yung marketing team mo. Kasi, parang, without that, parang, syempre, pag may personal brand ka, that adds credibility.
Yes.
That adds parang, not just credibility, pero being able to connect with people. Kasi feeling nila, kunyari, nakakachika ka nila sa live stream. When they work with you, parang, kilala ko na yan. You're not a total stranger.
Yes.
So it warms,
Right.
it gives warmth rin to the conversation when negotiating, when working with people.
For me naman, I always tell people na building a personal brand is one of the highest leverage things you can do
Yeah.
because it really opens up so much opportunities and doors. And parang for me, I built my business on a personal brand. I met a lot of people on a personal brand, and I got my job because of my personal brand. And I feel like the network effects of building your own brand is really amazing. Like especially right now in the job market, it's very tough, and a referral can really help you go a long way.
Yeah,
Or
that's
like,
so true.
Yeah, or like for example, when me personally, I know a lot of seniors and CTOs, and I really get to learn from them because they know me, and I feel like that's a result of personal branding. And if you really build your brand, there's infinite amount of opportunities waiting for you talaga.
Kaka Computer is made possible by the support of our community and sponsors. If you believe in empowering IT professionals and want to be part of our journey, we'd love to have you on board. Visit patreon.com/kakacomputer to become a sponsor today.
Yeah, and it's really important din kasi, I mean, hindi ko naman tingin na requirement siya, but if you do have your personal branding kasi, it leaves impression to people.
Yeah.
And 'di ba, it's very important, not just the first impression, but yung continuance or yung consistency mo with how you present yourself. Kaya rin, parang, although hindi pa ako ganun ka-relevant in TikTok or in other social media platforms, pero kasi, I got to have a couple of viewers na balik sila ng balik sa live ko because, ate, this is what you advised me to do and you know
Yeah.
it worked. And it's really something na na-appreciate ko, and at the same time, it encourages me to like, okay, kailangan ko pa siyang ituloy-tuloy because there are people that hindi ko naman expected na ma-reach ko sila through live streams or even TikTok contents. But whatever I'm doing, I'm helping out someone that even though hindi ko alam, hindi ko kilala, 'di ba? And then parang it's a way of them giving back na, oh, you can listen to her live streams ganyan, or even her TikTok videos because this is the value that she gives me. This is the value that she gave me, and it really helped. So parang yung impression na malilive mo through that personal branding is what could get you farther. Kasi I mean, yung branding ko ata yung nakarating sa akin dito. I mean, it's my first time in a podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a dream before na gusto kong magawa, and look where I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pero personally, do your peers or friends knows your TikTok account?
Yes.
Yes.
My whole family knows. My friends know, and they actually told me, ate, it's high time. Kasi ang tagal na namin sinasabi sa'yo na dapat nga nag-YouTube ka eh. Sabi ko, okay, di pwede mag-sorry.
You know, when I got one post that went viral, and like a lot of people messaging, "Oy, that's you, right?" And so yeah, very very funny for friends and family.
Yeah, for me it was an interview, yung parang what a lot of them, para what reached their algorithm. Parang an interview that I had. Tapos it was on TikTok rin.
Sa akin, medyo nahiya ako kasi sabi ko nga, alter ego ko to eh. So, ayoko ng ibang makakalam. Kaso, ayun lang, umabot yung algorithm sa kanilang mga feeds. And, okay lang naman sa akin. Pero, at first, syempre, kung it's not my objective naman, ang target market ko kasi is yung mga tech peoples naman. With my circle, kasi there's just a few na mga tech people. So, I never expected them to support yung ginagawa kong to.
Pero
So,
super gets yung like what you're saying. Kasi ako rin dati, nahihiya ako pag nakikita nila yung TikTok ko. So, frustrated YouTuber ako. So like nung high school, nung nalaman ko na yung isang kaklase ko, napanood yung YouTube ko, hinide ko lahat. Kasi parang hindi ka pa confident
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
parang nagki-cringe ka sa sarili mo.
Yeah.
Pero ayun, at the end of the day, you have to weigh yung opportunities
Yeah.
or yung cringe.
Yeah.
So just embrace the cringe. I
Exactly.
guess. Yun. But super feel what yung concern mo. And sometimes that's what stops a lot of
yeah, I get.
us when it comes to content creating, 'di ba? Nagki-cringe tayo sa sarili natin. And I'm sure to anyone hearing this, kasi ako rin ganun ako. Matagal akong tinastop ko yung sarili ko mag-content create kasi yun nga, nakakahiya, nagka-cringe ka, pero ayun, at the end of the day, you have to step back and see na, okay, number one, why am I doing what I'm doing? Number two, ano yun, part na rin yun, yung goal.
Yeah.
And way mo, mas beneficial ba siya o hindi, right?
Yeah.
Follow up. Yeah, the follow-ups. Wala. Pero sa TikTok nyo, ito, dagdag ko na lang. Do you get hate na din nung
Oh,
nag-start
yeah.
kayo?
So, I
How
had,
do you handle
like,
it?
oh my gulay. So, yung, friend ko, in-interview niya kami, are you willing to go 50-50? I said no. Oh my gulay, ang lala ng mga comments. So, talagang cancelable ako nung time na yon. Pero, it's something na you have to learn na at the end of the day, hindi naman lahat mag-agree sa'yo.
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as you're not parang hurting anyone. Wag naman sobrang grabe yung pinuput out mo there na beliefs mo. Pero if it's just your personal opinion, ayun, may mga magkaka-haters ka naman talaga.
Yeah.
Ayun.
Sa akin naman, since 1 year ko na nararan yung TikTok ko, I'm mga build-ups na din, mga dami accounts na nag-hate.
Yeah.
Pero kasi since alter ego siya, I am not affected dun sa mga binabato nila sa akin. And since maroon naman ako sumakay, regardless kung profanity man yan or what, kaya akong sabayan. So, expect na din na not all people will agree sa'yo. But rather, ihanda mo sarili mo sa mga ganung pagkakataon na once na ma-encounter mo, is meron talagang mag-hate sa'yo eventually. So, ilang, ikaw, Jed.
Na-cancel ka na
I
ba?
think for me, kasi I've grown two TikTok accounts already and even got some legal trouble for,
Oh,
doing
right.
some content. Pero,
Kakwento mo ba yan?
pero parang,
Sayang.
for my tech content, parang some people doubt na, this guy's a fresh grad pero he's earning 6 figures or this guy is unexperienced. Why is he talking about resume roasting? Parang for me, I get that. Pero parang for me, it doesn't matter. Like, I know who I am. I know my credentials and I'm here to help people, not to really flex whatever I have accomplished. But for me, it's fine. But generally, I get a lot of positive comments talaga. So, pretty nice that I'm doing TikTok for that. Yeah.
Pero they doubt you at first. Kasi,
Kasi
fresh grad
yeah,
Tapos,
I mean,
resume.
it's not common talaga in the
Yeah.
Philippines. Pero, wala. Limiting beliefs.
Yes. I mean ako, parang in terms of yung mga educational or like corporate or career advices ko, wala pa naman. Pero since tuwing nagla-live ako, I post a sticker, like nandun yung everything that I can share about. I have PCOS kasi. So it's one of the advocacies that I also have in my TikTok account. Tapos, I had this encounter that a few guys, I think guys sila based dun sa usernames nila, na they were asking me, so like, kailangan ba personal branding yung pagkakaroon mo ng PCOS? Like, it's a chronic illness, something like that. So, one of my advocacies kasi is to correct the misinformation about PCOS. Kasi it's actually a chronic illness. If people out there aren't that familiar with, kasi chronic illness siya and I've been living with it since I was 19. I just got diagnosed last 2024. So parang hindi naman siya as in technical hate, but whenever I do encounter those kinds, I try to correct them as much as I can. Pero kapag very disrespectful na, binablock ko na. Kasi, not for my peace, be. Ganon.
Yeah. Block and move on.
Yeah, block and move on talaga.
Ako nagde-delete ako ng comments.
Oh.
Delete ako ng comments.
Interesting.
Naka-apekto ba siya sa mental health mo?
Hindi naman. And sana hindi. Sana hindi. So far, parang kaya ko pa naman yung mga backlash na I get. It's mostly positive rin. Similar to
Yeah.
Jed, yung experience ko. Parang at the end of the day, yes, there are these parang bad comments here and there. But overall, it gives me more opportunities. And in terms of impact rin, I feel like in my own little way, I can leave people better than
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
they found
fulfilling.
me. Usually, dapat I found them eh. Pero, ayun. And if I can parang be a blessing,
Yeah.
Yes.
kahit sa 60 seconds na yon, sana naman.
Yes.
Sana naman.
So, sige, pupunta tayo sa mga questions na nandito. Can TikTok content be as valuable as formal training for you guys?
Ako, I'd wanna say yes. Kasi parang right now, most of my TikTok feed is usually tech or finance, right? And sa tech, actually super dami kong natutunan sa tech TikTok, especially yung mga people from Google or FANG sharing their system design stuff. For me, it's a very good way to learn or refresh on new technology. And I think it's good. It's a good way to learn. I wouldn't say it's formal training, pero it's very, very beneficial to my day-to-day work talaga.
Yeah, especially ako, for me, as a non-tech founder, it helps me parang realize na, may ginato na pala, may ganyan na pala. Kasi wala siya sa day-to-day things na ginugoogle ko. So, at least yung algorithm, sometimes binabless niya ako na, uy, may ginato na, may
Yeah.
ginato na. So, parang I get a glimpse of, okay, what's new? But, same with Jed, parang it's not equal to formal training, but for day-to-day nuggets of wisdom
Yeah.
or parang news, not bad. Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, super.
Yeah. Similar din. Kasi sa TikTok, marami ako nadidiscover na, ay, okay, kapag nadaanan ko yung ganitong topic, it makes me want to learn more. Pero like kung formal training, syempre merong mga mas proper avenues for training. But yung mismong kickstart for you to like, oh, there's something new. There's something that I can learn. Kasi parang sa TikTok ko lang din natutunan yung about sa AI automation, ganyan.
Oh.
And it made me want to, okay, I want to learn automation.
Nice.
Because there's AI automation and konti pa lang yung nag-aaral. So kumbaga parang since yung algorithm or yung mga searches ko kasi sa TikTok is more on about tech roles na ganyan. So kusa nang lumalabas sa algorithm mo. So it makes you wonder, okay, anong meron dito, 'di ba? So it gives you a push na okay, let's start searching about this, learning about this. But formal training merong mga specific talaga na channels for that one. Pero 'di ba, yung mapush ka pa lang or you get to know new information, that's already great.
And even sa mga, dagdag ko lang really quick, even sa mga podcast, di ba? Like, for me, I listen to a lot of podcasts. Marami dyan sa TikTok ko lang muna makikita or sa mga reels.
Actually,
Tapos, if you want to dive in, tsaka na ako magsa-search sa YouTube or sa Spotify, right?
Sa akin, I think it's a double-edged sword na rin pag pag nanonood ka ng mga ganong contents, especially tech. You get learned, but once na mapadaan ka sa ibang content, uy, parang hindi naman ganito yung nakita ko kanina. Maliligaw ka. In a sense na pag hindi mo alam yung direction mo dun sa TikTok or dun sa inaaral mo, you might get lost actually. So, formal training, no. Dahil may mas better proper form of training na pwede mong pasukin. But rather binge watching siguro.
Yes.
Kung gusto mong, uy, may ganito nga pala gaya na nasabi. Ayun, pwede mong i-tackle or pwede mong alamin, parang curiosity lang. So, yeah.
Thanks to our sponsors, Tutorials Dojo, Young CTO, Amazon Web Services User Group Philippines, Facebook subscribers. On to our next video topic.